Let there be light, and there was light. Okay, so this is our light now. This is the sun. I hope it is showering you with rays from the 14 gods, and talking about the 14 gods of Genesis. And of course, as I continue to say that, I feel that the story of Jesus Christ in the New Testament is very reflective of the story of Mother Eve, the said God who encapsulates all the 14 gods. So there we are. This evening I have been like asking, for instance, well, what would I do my presentation? So I have done a presentation on the sun, and I often find myself really thinking about when I look at the sun and I hear the words the sun, oh, and I think my son, because I've got a son, and I can't help but think that a sun is a representation of the sun. And because the sun, with the masculine elements, is a projection, it projects, and meaning projecting means to go outward. And so we see that the male, for instance, would be attributed to the sun. The sun is all rays, it's the rays, that which gives light. But we must not forget, or it's important that we remember, that we are the sun. We are that which is a projection of God in outward or external form. And so when I did the numerical value for the sun, the word the, which is 285, equals 15. Adding this together is 15, 1, 5, which of course, which is 6. So basically, I have covered this before. When we use the, which perhaps it's the most common word, the, we are really like making a declaration of ourselves, or even when we say the house or something like this, it's really an introduction, or we're projecting ourselves outward by saying the. Or we could say we are making an introduction of that which we are, like in Genesis, because we are of genes, the Genesis, we are the genes that are on this journey of self-discovery, and that's the best way I can put Genesis in terms of meaning. So we are Genesis when we have Jenny, the gene, Genesis, it's what is Genesis. Now I'm breaking down Genesis just using what comes to me right now, which I've done before, but this is the gene, the genes of the S, meaning the serpent, which is, and the word is, of course, hair. So we are the IS. We are the I, a representation of that which we are in this sense, the genes, the S, the serpent, the snake, the sperm, the symbol. And this is, so here we are saying, I am. So all of this is giving us an introduction of that which we are. When we do the numerical values for this, which is 7555, and I always say where I see all these fives, it's the presence of Mother Eve right there. Okay, and which is 191. Let's add this together. This is 10, 20, 20, 32, 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. So we can see 1 plus 5 is 6. And that gives us the characteristics or the makeup, or it tells us of who we are. It gives us the history in this sense. the genes. Of course, there, as I say, the S here and all the E's here is telling us about Mother Eve. The 7 of the G, which began, is of course an introduction of the serpent, because when we do the numerical value for the word serpent, SERPENT, it's which is the present, which is not only the present, but is always present. And so that which is always present is the serpent that is within us. So whether you are petrified of serpents or not, we are the serpent teen or toin, or we are of that, we have got the serpent which is present, which is why whenever we are being present, I would say we are realizing the serpent aspect of our being. And that's what I believe the serpent in the Garden of Eden was all about, is being present. So if we did the numerical value here, which as we can see, the S have become present in the serpent here. So 5, 9, 7, and the 7 is in the middle. It's found itself in the middle. We are centered here now. So 5, 5, 2. If we add these together, this is 10, this is 19, this would be 28, this would be 30, 28, 29, 32, 30, 33, 34. So 34, I can't like this, so I'm hoping you follow with me. So 3 plus 4 is 7. So we can see how the 7 here from the serpent is more or less telling us with the G, the Genesis, the sperm that is present throughout our lifespan, because we are, although we are of one sperm cell that of course being fertilized, and we are that, but we are the bigger container of that 7 now, the G, which is here. And of course, to show the correlation with Mother Eve, we see the serpent here, as I have said in many presentations. The P in the middle of the word serpent is really, it has this numerical value of 7, which is the serpent. And the E, which is in the middle of the word Genesis, there's the Gen and the E here, is telling us that is Eve, with that contains the numerical value of 5, as in the word Eve is in the middle here as well. So we can see that there seemed to be the message being projected out for our realization, so we can see ourselves in any direction. Here we have the sun to help us do that. This is what the sun is about. So the sun is perceived, of course, because it's projected out, and of course we see the moon in the sky as well. But the moon is that which we relate to when the sun is set. So the sun is set, meaning it dies. When set, it equals set equals 8. So it's the set God seem to be taking control here, we could say. So the God set, which is one of the 14 gods, is present when the moon is out in the nighttime, which the moon is 4, 6, 6, 5. This gives us 10, 16. That's 21. 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So we can see the first letter of Mother Eve coincides with the moon, which is L, has a numerical value of 3. And I have showed as well when I say that the story of Jesus Christ is really of the sun and the moon, because it's like having a dollar bill or a pound note, and there's the queen on one side, and you have whether it's Churchill or whoever else on the back. So you have one side is being exhibited or shown in the day and the moon in the night. So everything is just is as in Genesis, as I've just shown. So the moon, for instance, as we see, is 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. Hence why as well it is said, you could create a habit, break a habit, create a new habit in 21 days. 21, of course, has the vibration of 3, the number 3, which is L. So you can elevate, you can, it's like a level, or it's like, and it also has the characteristics, as I say, of 6, because it's one motion, it's 2 direction, and it's 3 points. If we add this one motion, 2 direction, and 3 points, adding this together gives us 6. So we can see that L carries quite a lot. In fact, just in this L, we are L. And perhaps no wonder why throughout the ages the gods were seen as, or there have been L gods, or Raphael angels, or the L, or Emmanuel as for Christ, and we have all these L's. Okay, back to the sun, because I just had this thing that I needed to do something about the sun. I need to do something about the sun, a presentation on the sun. So when we see the sun, it's like a mirror of that which smiles, because it brings out, we say everything grows, the sun gives life to everything because it shines on everything. It projects, the energies being projected then. And of course, when we do the numerical value for sun, as I did already, it equals 9. Adding this together is 9. So 9, we could see again the word sun is in numerical value, is telling us so much about that which we are, that we are birthed within 9 months. 9 months of impregnation. Afterwards, we are born on the 9th month. Generally, it's 9 months, and then we are projected out. So that means we are the sun. We are sons, male or female. We are sons, but there is where we see that the sun has aspect of, I am going to say this, the sun have aspect of the moon in it. So when the sun is set, as I said, it goes down, then we have the moon. Of course, the moon equals 3, 3 is a 9, and we see that that tallies, oh, I have wiped out my template, but it tallies very well in the 3 segments of the template, the sacrifice template. And we can see why Christ, of course, the word sacrifice, which equals, has a numerical value of 10, but it also goes from, has 9 letters. So 9 letters, meaning that the letters are from Mother Eve. Mother Eve is the spokesperson, so she conveys her messages through the letters, and the number of letters was again another message to tell us that we are sons. We are sons, and we are from the serpent's sons. We are serpent's sons. And we have been taught to be fearful of this symbol, the serpent, that which we are. And perhaps that has been beneficial lesson in some way, but that it would propel us to find ourselves. And of course, to find ourselves, because as a serpent, we have lost ourselves and we are ready to find ourselves as as one as one. Hence, with the story of Moses with the rod, when he struck the rod onto the floor, it became a serpent. So, by striking, the strike in itself, of course, it would have to be an S word. It didn't say to knock knock your stick on the your rod. It would be strike. The word strike in itself with the S would have to was indicative of the serpent, that which we are. It's like saying we need to strike the chord or that which is within us to see ourselves as the serpent while we are one. Okay, I hope you have found something in this presentation. It's really a way of recognizing ourselves in everything. That is the purpose of this channel, to be able to recognize ourselves and not get lost in the teachings that we have had that seem to put standing blocks on our perception. But even in the perception of that which we have been blocked with, or we have come against as like it were a wall, when we strike that wall or strike ourselves against that, we then become that serpent, which was the present. We become present, put it this way. We become present, and then being present, we become wise as Mother Eve, which was the serpent in the garden. It was spoken of as the wisest of all the creatures. We are termed creatures, hence we are meant to really ask ourselves, what kind of creature are we? Man creature, what does that mean? And why are we asked so often to seek wisdom? And we are also told that this world was created through wisdom. And it seemed that our quest in life would really be to seek wisdom. Seek it with all that we are, with all that we are, meaning you can only recognize that which you are. So basically, if we see ourselves as a wall, then we have built ourselves as a wall, but the wall can be tumbled down, like thinking about the wall in the scriptures. It's a J. I'm just thinking it's J. It's okay, but the wall can come down and it can rebuild, and in rebuilding the wall we come to learn who we are, because then we see how we function, we see what meanings we make of things. So basically, I'm still trying to remember the wall. I can see it's a J, and I've done a poem on it as well. Okay, but basically, we are not walls, we are wisdom. And so let's see ourselves through each other, like the moon and the sun, then how they reflect and how they may seem that they contrast, but they are both projections of that which we are. Thank you for watching, and of course keep tuning in to Crime Queen if you like the videos, and if you do, give us a like and share, and please leave your comments. Okay, I would love to hear them. Thank you, all my subscribers, and thank you for Ram 77, I think it's Rain 77. I'm just picking. Thank you for your support. Greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.